All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Meet the Plug Media Pass. You already know I'm Young Nisa. This is what we do, bring you some dope artists from all across the country. And I got somebody for you. I'm not going to tell you who he is. I'm just going to let him introduce himself. Please tell everybody who I got on there right now, please.
What's going on, people? It's your boy, Brother Beatz, coming straight from Houston, Texas.
H-Time.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
I love me some Houston. Been there so many times. Ain't nothing like it.
I will never leave. Honestly, I plan to have, a couple houses here, there, but Houston will always be home base.
That's awesome.
It will always be home base.
You grew up in Houston?
For the most part. I was born in Virginia, Maryland, that kind of area. Yeah. My dad was in the military, but like 2 or 3, I moved down to Houston, and so that's what I claim. That's where I grew up. That's the only place I know. That's the only place I know.
Yes, sir. I love it. So, give me some of your background. Like how did you even get started? Because, I know a little bit about you. I did my homework, but tell the people, how'd you get started? Because you have an extensive background musically that really intrigued me.
So, I just started playing trumpet, and I've played that for, 14, 15 years, something like that. Okay. Did a lot of stuff around Houston. I toured the country twice, playing trumpet also. So, I know music very well.
Yeah.
And so, going into producing, it was more just kind of learning, the programs and just how the vibe I think should really feel in a song, instead of just, cause with instruments, you're given music. It's, hey, play it this way. Yeah. And that's about the only way you're allowed to play it. And so with this, I was really able to, go into my own creativity and what influences me as a person, and, just kind of dive into producing like that.
Awesome. How long you been? 15 years playing trumpet. When did you start diving into like producing, and what like programs you prefer? Some people like Logic. I prefer. I like Ableton. You know what I'm saying? So like what do you like to rock with?
Man, I started with FL, and I think that was probably everybody's way of starting. It was the free software at the time, and so but I really liked it. It's just, to me, it feels very easy to grasp. Okay. And that's coming from somebody who, like you said, knows music extensively. A lot of like your Logics and your Pro Tools and stuff like that. I prefer to record on Pro Tools.
Okay.
But like making all of the beats and stuff is like, I just go straight to FL, because I think the platform is so much easier to understand, honestly.
Yeah. Dope. So I wanted to ask you, what are some of your influences musically? Like, who actually kind of is like somebody you look to as like, a mentor in the game, or somebody that you say like, hey, I want to be at that level or greater?
I like that you put greater, because you always got to look to see the blueprint of how somebody laid out and broke all the doors down. But I think our jobs as artists, is to inspire the next generation. And so, I'm not trying to get to that point. I'm trying to get better and trying to get bigger than that. And I don't think I could have picked a bigger influence. I have to give a lot of that credit to Kanye.
Oh, Kanye. Old Kanye, new Kanye, all Kanye. Which one you got?
Kanye. I don't like to give him the credit of old Kanye, new Kanye. Just because, I don't think you should put that kind of maybe stress is the good word, or just, I feel like they should be able to grow and evolve just as how we are. And I think fans put a lot of pressure on people. And I mean, I am absolutely included in that.
I was gonna say, how do you handle it when you going in the studio and you revisiting songs that you created that like, okay, this could be the one? How do you kind of think about, hey, I'm gonna drop this one? Because is it a feeling, or are you kind of going off of like your fans' vibes of previous work, or how that work?
I think it's definitely a feeling for you also, because at the end of the day, you're the one you've got to put your name next to it, and you've got to stand by your work. So at the end of the day, you have to be proud of the work and be able to stand comfortably next to that work. And so I think it's a mixture definitely of both. You know, you have to have a good energy and a good feeling about the song and the record whenever it comes on. But you know, you have to make sure that that also resonates with everybody else.
Man, that's dope. I'm gonna tell you, you resonating with this 1 a.m. I just
Thank you.
I was just playing it a little bit ago, and my brother's here, and
okay.
he was like, "What is that?" That's like we in here like the beat is banging, the song like it's jamming. So, like how'd you come up with that track? Like, what was the vibe? Like, what was the process?
I'll tell you, me and Bandzzz, the artist that's on the record,
okay.
we were leaving the studio one night, and you know, just was driving home, and he was like, "Hey, you know, just don't want any beats that you don't even think I would like."
Okay.
And so, and that was the first beat I had thrown on, because at that time, a lot of producers say they hear a beat and they're like, oh, okay, you know, this is cool, but it's usually not the one that's picked.
Yeah.
For some reason, most of the ones that like I think are like, oh, this is it. Somehow it just happens that it usually is kind of it. And so that was the first one I played, and he just started freestyling. He was like, send it to me now. And next time I talked to him, you know, he had the full track.
Man, that's
he was ready. He was ready.
So I know we talked about you being greater than your influence, which we know is Kanye. So that's some big shoes to fill, but I think you could do it.
Absolutely.
I know you can do it.
I thank you.
The universe is going to put it into, you know, play for you, right?
Absolutely. You know, you got to keep your good energies, your good vibes, and you got to be able to speak that into the world and manifest that.
That's what I see. We on the right. We right here. B.
Yes, ma'am. I'm with you.
What do you want people to say about you when it's all over and done, and they're looking back at your catalog of music and what you've done? What's something that you want people to say about you as a producer and what you've done for the game?
Wow.
I go there.
You know, I definitely hope that I'm revered as, you know, the people that just, you know, that I look up to. I feel like music should take you to a place. I feel like it should take you on an experience of some sort, however that 3-4 minutes, however long that is. I feel like, you know, I think the best way to put it is I want timeless music.
Nice. Okay.
You know, a lot of records now, and I think as fans, that's also on us too, but I feel like the game is so microwavable, if that makes sense.
You're right. You're right.
You know, a lot of the stuff that comes out now, I'd be damned if I hear it in, you know, 4 or 5 years.
Yep.
You know, and I want something that you're able to still throw on. Like, just like a Jesus Walks, you know.
Yeah.
That would, how long has that been, you know?
That's been a long time.
If you throw that on now, you know, people are still going to resonate with that. And so, you know, I hope that I have that same connection to the game, just like, you know, my influences.
I love your vibe. I love your energy. Love the song.
Thank you.
If anybody's watching, for anybody that's watching right now, and I get like, you know, different younger people like, hey, I want to dabble into this. I want to get into this. If somebody's watching right now and they're like, I want to do music, I want to produce, what advice would you give them to get started?
YouTube. It sounds so, you know, generic, but for real in 2020, you can learn anything off of YouTube. And I mean, even me, just how I said earlier, you know, I knew music, but it was really trying to figure out the programs and stuff like that, and kind of learn how all of these things operate. And so I think that's the best way. And, you know, just take bits and pieces, like, oh, I like that, so let me, you know, here. And that's the true, you know, thing about producing, is our job is to bring, okay, you do this the best, come here. You do this the best, come here. And let's put all of these people together and produce something great.
That's fire. That's fire. So just to recap, just for me, what I want you to let people know where to find you, because I got a lot of rappers in my inbox. So I know you got a site where they can go ahead and check out your work and, you know what I'm saying, do the business accordingly. How do they reach you? You know what I'm saying? And what's your Instagrams and all that?
The best way to reach me is just through Instagram.
Okay.
And so that's at the Brother Beatz, and that's Beatz with a Z at the end. And that is the best way to reach me, find me, and keep up to date with whatever I've got going on.
You are awesome. You got to come back again when you got something new, okay?
Absolutely. I enjoyed talking to you.
Man, you are
yes,
so
ma'am.
fire.
Thank you.
Do me a favor and introduce the song that everybody's going to hear right now.
Man, y'all are tuned into 1 a.m. by Brother Beatz featuring Bandzzz.
Hey, let's get it. Meet the Plug Media Pass. Y'all already know Brother Beatz on Instagram. Y'all run it up.
Yeah, sitting in the spot trying to run up a check, looking like I'ma die with this shit. Pour some watt, dump it right in my cup like a light hole. Gotta be lit. Airs on me, so you know how we rockin' the moment we step, not a glitch. Red put the beam on the cannon, he got it there just to make sure he don't miss. Yeah, you don't put in no work, you don't eat. You don't live by the code, you ain't street. Get that bag and she bring it to me. I'm on lean, I might not often sleep. Kept it real when you thought it was sweet. Name a nigga who harder than me. Yeah, yeah.
Black Quiche, Trap Quiche, meet the plug.